The time is 8 a.m. on this Friday morning, March 1st, 2019. It is time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Friday morning, March the 1st, 2019. Get on! And good morning to you all this lovely Friday morning, March the 1st, 2019. It is 8:01 and it is 18 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel Morning News at 8:01 is GOP senators screaming over Trump comments on more buyer. Donald Trump can't keep him out. Jared off limits and new Congress investigations, Chris Christie says. Washington Governor Jay Inslee enters 2020 presidential race to focus on climate change. Joe Biden responds to criticism after Pence called Pence a decent guy. Michael Cohen testimony undermined Russia inclusion narrative at 4 points. Carlson said, death row inmates has scripted last words before fight breaks out in execution. Since Trump restricted the flow at border, more migrants trained to sneak out undetected. Meadows say he doesn't support his 2012. Barack Obama said it. Obama back home to Kenya. India wanted to send a plane back to bring back Pakistan refused. Osama bin Laden and Hamas emerged as a new Al Qaeda leader. Netanyahu charges Israel PM in more trouble now than ever before. Pompeo assures Philippines of U.S. protection in South China Sea. Gap. Old Navy has Pittsburgh's 230 Gap stores closed as businesses move online. A boost for China's market says Gap stores and Tesla gets to $35,000. Chinese shares gain global sway thanks to index firms move. Look at that stop now. Look at that now. Down 6 half with 16 points, 25.9. 16. SP 5 down 789 at 784.49. And NASDAQ down 12.98 at 75.32.53. SpaceX's spacebound Crew Dragon stars in spectacular pre-flight photos. Scientists find first evidence of huge Mars underground water system. Flyby data reveals a baffling amount of missing objects at the fringe of the solar system. Studied images of NASA's first 60 years of space exploration. 6 lawmakers say they're not concerned about measles outbreak because of antibiotics. 87 lots of proper blood pressure medication recalled for cancer risk. Triple attack sports doctors without border and closed Ebola centers in Congo. Travelers passed about midway last week may have been exposed to measles, health officials said. Looking at news from the wires, authorities are concerned of a grounded tanker may leak hundreds of tons of oil to the sea northeast of Australia after Southern as well the way right out. U.S. South Korea taking wire approach to the North Prefecture says. At least 3 dead after a car bomb and gunfight at Mogadishu. Philippines charged ex-health secretary to connect to the vaccine deaths. Insecurity and common costs of 320,000 Somalis to become displaced in 2018, a worried trend considered one of the world's worst humanitarian situations. The U.S. debt ceiling is set to be reinstated, possibly setting up a scenario in which the Treasury Department could run out of money by the end of the fiscal year unless it's actually taken away. Man who fired and handgun Richard Spencer rally pleads no contest. Peter Children's time, 8:05. Time now for a sports report. Last night, Boston Bruins defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning at the Garden. 4-1. Tonight, Boston Celtics beat the God of the night, taking on Washington Wizards. Game time, 7:30 p.m. What sealed Bryce Harper seated record deal with the Phillies? Tim Benson and Evan Steelers a $9.5 million favor with Levon Bell, Vital Bell for a set for one champion, and Jason Winston goes on Monday Night Football as Weston in this guy's East Bay. Can afford to screw up as he rejoins the Cowboys. Peter Cholo news time is 8:06 on this Friday morning. Time now for Peter Cholo Travis turns the check on the MBTA with a pitch per train. 41635 from Dolph Station to terminate stops act due to big collision, possibly consider trade. 43833 in from South active for continued service and watches the Fitchburg trade 404. 628 from watches up at 5 minutes basket between there Dolph Station and Franklin trade 603. Franklin trade 702 603 from Bounce Park 495 up at 5 minutes basket between Normandy for the South Station due to mechanical issue. Havel trade 201 735 and from Dolph Station is up at 5 minutes basket between Mount Center and Havel to the mechanical issue. Havel trade 286 738 from Red is up at 10 minutes basket between Wyoming Hill and Dolph Station due to trade traffic and Middleburg trade 010 807 Mountains Bar Middleburg 5 minutes basket due to late Ravi Yapa trade. And the ferry's out. Looking good. All right. Highways and byways in New England on this Friday morning in Rhode Island. 95 stop outside, so between Petca Providence. 146 at the stop outside, so between 15 and 95 at downtown Providence. 95 north outside, slow between Route 10 and Chris area to downtown Providence. 195 west outside, so between Seacock area to downtown Providence. Route 4 stop outside, so between Exeter and North Kingstown. Out in southeast Massachusetts. 95 at the north outside, so before 128 at Gatton. 24 at the north outside, between 139 so down to 128 at Gatton. Route 3 at the north outside, so between 18 and Wayman down the rate 2 split. Cape Power was out looking good. 6 is good from Southern to North Orleans. 28 looking good from Border Falmouth. Base Expressway at the north outside, so between Quincy down to Dorchester. 93 both ends of the downtown Boston and backed up. Mass Pike eastbound side slow between Wellesley all the way to down to South East Expressway to downtown Boston. And Mass Pike westbound side slow between Logan Airport down to South Boston. 93 both ends of the downtown Boston and backed up. 93 the northbound side slow 128 in Burlington up in Redden. 93 southbound side between Benefit and St. Bridge downtown Boston. 128 southbound side slow between Linfield down 93 to Redden. And that 128 at the northbound side slow between I-5 and Peabody. Route 3 is southbound side slow 128 in Burlington. 128 is southbound side slow. Route 2 in Lexington. Route 2 westbound side slow at 95 and Lexington. Route 2 eastbound side slow at Cambridge Stretch of 128 at the northbound side slow around the Pike in Newton. Route 3 is southbound side slow 128 in Burlington. 29 eastbound side slow 146 down. Route 9 in Worcester at 146 at the northbound side slow at 290 in Worcester. 91 northbound side slow at South Hadley, Massachusetts, and 91 on the southbound side. It is slow at 291 in Hartford and 84 eastbound so between Farmington and Hartford, Connecticut, and 84 eastbound slow on 691 in Vernon and 691 eastbound side slow on Southampton stretch and 84. 84 both ends on the Waterbury stretch and 84 westbound side between Newtown down to Denbury. Merritt Parkway eastbound side between Northfield, Northford, Ohio, and Merritt, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway westbound side between Hamilton and the Stamford, Connecticut. 95 on the southbound side, so between Old Madison all the way down to Greenwich, Connecticut. 95 northbound side between Norwalk down to Brentford, Connecticut, and Hippersky between Madison and Old Saybrook, Connecticut, and 95 northbound side around Stoughton, Connecticut. And up in Northern New England, it's looking good. Interstate 879, southbound side, Wilson, U.S. Canadian up to New York, Vermont, and Hardwood 59, northbound side, so it's Connecticut, so it's much right. Interstate New York State Ferry, Little Side, around the Albany stretch. Peter Cholo side, 809, time out for a weather report. Looking at the radar side, I know that shows snow flurries cover much of Central Connecticut from Hartford down to New Haven, Connecticut, stretching out to Suffolk and out, some snow flurries west of the Providence city limits and west of Providence vicinity, and some snow flurries west to Worcester down to Sturgeon, stretching around Route 2 from Ardor down to Fitchburg, and snowed off the Cape Downs. Right now, it's in the 20s, not much of 70 with some upper teens in the Berkshires and western Massachusetts, and it is 30 in Provincetown and 31 in Nantucket, and snow around central and western Long Island down by New York City and on the northern Pennsylvania and eastern New Jersey. We are under a winter weather advisory from 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Snow total snow accumulation of 3 to 6 inches expected to approach the eastern and southeastern Massachusetts, including the city, Boston. From 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, cloudy, slippery road conditions, reduced visibility. And a strong storm will bring the particular for significant snow accumulation with the greatest risk of offset. If you're north and west of the Boston Providence border, snow may miss with sleet or change the rate of coastal play. Okay, for us, it goes like this. Today, class cards play. Fingers by the Muslims has got about 37 degrees, light about wind for tonight. Just snow between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Then it's still sleet likely. Mostly class cards play. Low around 27 degrees. Calm wind comes no face red 5 to 7 miles an hour. That just pitch to 7%. New snow sleet give less than 1 inch possible for Saturday. Snow made before noon, then higher 35 degrees. No wind about 9 to 14 miles gust size. 24 miles an hour. Just pitch to 8%. New snow sleet give 1 to 3 inches possible Saturday night. 8. Slight chance of snow between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Mostly costs about 25 degrees and a north wind about 6 miles of chemical cover. They need a chest patient 20% for Sunday. Hot south about 5 degrees. Large for wind. Sunday night. Snow before 4 in the snow sleet. Low at 30 degrees. Calm wind coming to northeast wind. 6 miles every day. Chest patient 8%. New snow ski. 48 inches possible. Monday. Rain and snow. And sleet like before noon. Just rain between noon and 2 p.m. Mostly costs about 38 degrees. North about 6 to 8 miles of coming to west of the afternoon. Chest patient is 6% for Monday night. Partly costs about 13 degrees. And looking at one model, the GFS model. Shows all snow. But it's one model, so we'll take it one storm at a time. And then after that, it's going to be wintry like conditions. And Tuesday, most sunny part cuts about 30 to about 12. And the west wind about 5 to 6 miles an hour. Wednesday, mostly cuts about 20 and a little about 9 about west wind about 5 to 7 miles an hour. And for Thursday, it's about 30 degrees west wind about 5 to 7 miles an hour. So much has come in. And even though it's a beautiful spring, but this is winter's last gasp. And right now, and nothing is fair skies, and it's 18 degrees and overcast skies. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News at 8 a.m. on this March the 1st, 2019. I'm Peter. Hope you have a good morning and goodbye to the tune on the Friday. I hope you have a fantastic, fun day today.